Welcome back to What Arty Noobs. This is a GW Panther. It's a Tier 7 German SPG. This one's located on the south spawn of Mines Encounter, and it's under the command of talon1958 of OLIMP. And he's actually carrying the improved rammer, gun laying drive, and the turbo device. And also the turning skill as well. Okay, well, the GW Panther does need something to improve the speed, because unfortunately they didn't pick put the turbo that they put as standard on any of the ordinary Panthers. There was a turbo fitted to the Maybach engine, which actually made it go faster. And so you can see there's a difference in the horsepower between the GW Panther and a standard Panther. If they would correct that, then obviously the GW would move about slightly faster, even though it does have that big heavy howitzer. Okay, well, targets. First one is going to be a Pershing. Rounds out. Direct hit with first shot. 203 hit points. Now the howitzers are 15 centimeter. It's capable of 600 alpha, 39 millimeters of pen, 7.2 meters on the burst radius, between 10 and 18 seconds of stun. That G-Saw is in a very precarious position there. And I think he might have suffered some stun from that shot. There's only two Artys on our team. Talon in the GW. The other one is an FP207. And he's decided to go over to over the middle of the map, actually, just near the river. And he's shooting from behind the rock. Our next target's going to be a VK3002M. That's going to be a difficult shot. He's going to have to fire it over the rock. Rounds out. Oh my god, he got it. He got it absolutely right. In fact, the shell went slightly behind the rock, but it definitely hit the VK3002M. Now, somebody is in the cap, but since it's an encounter game, it takes twice as long. And he got a direct hit on an SMB CC56. Now, I think their VK is about to get interrupted. You can see where that last shell landed, right on top of the roof of the SMB. Rounds out. Another direct hit. This time it's on the VK3601H. So he's racking up the damage so far. And he does need to rack it up fairly well, because Angelina managed to get a second-class tanker, a bruiser medal, and a Confederate from her games. Enemy Arty's been spotted, or at least one of them has. It's a GW Tiger P. And before his shell arrives, it goes down, taken out of the game by our Burza. Looking inside the castle grounds, but there's a few enemies to the rear. T-78 and AT-7. Rounds out. Long flight time. Got some splash there. Only 2 critical hits, so probably hit the tracks. Now, the arc on the GW Panther is 26 degrees either side of the center line. That means 52 degrees in total, and that's quite a wide arc. Not quite as wide as the M53, M55, but it's still very useful. And we can see some of the enemy moving about. That was a bit of a snapshot, that one. It was a bit late, but it did get near the enemy. Might have stunned him a bit. Got a Contradictious and a VK3601H. There's the Contradictious. And we can hit him in the rear. We're waiting for the last shell to go in. Rounds out. Direct hit right on the engine deck. That was a good shot for 248. Okay, one more shot just after he loses stun. And this time round he goes down. And that was a kill for Talon. Of course, it now means that he's going to have to find one more enemy to touch so he can get the Confederate. But I'm sure he's up for it. Now, it's a bit dangerous coming out this corner because, of course, there's always a possibility that you will get spotted by somebody on the hill already. I don't think there's any enemies up there now. In fact, he's starting to move towards the enemy because I think he believes that he's got enough protection to move forward. Only 6 left on the enemy team. But remember, it is... Oh, and that was new. Just the enemy just lost their G2. So it's 10-8 now with 2 up on the enemy. They've still got 1 Arty, a Lorraine 15550. And I think that GSAW 1008 is actually stuck. He went down into that little chine and got trapped. Looking up onto the plateau above the spawn area, because of course the cap area is over on the right side. We've still got somebody capping. Gonna give it another go on the GSAW. Oh yes, he got 152 from that one. I think the hill itself is protecting their M4A3 76 wet, but they've got a T78 headed towards the cap area right now. And I think he just saw that. Yep, so he has to change his aim. Looks far enough ahead so he can dial in, but before he needs to fire, the T78 gets taken out by our FB207. Rams out. Good shot. Right into the rear of the engine. We're only 30 seconds away from capping out. They're going to have to make a move soon. 20 seconds to go. You would have thought that Arty would get an interrupt by now. 10 seconds to go. And that's it. They've capped out. And the 87 crashes. Here's the end of battle stats. And that was a third-class tanker for talon1958 of OLIMP in the GW Panther. He managed to get a Bruce medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 5 exactly. And his win rate from that game was actually quite high, 2,519, which is Unicum standard. Sadly, though, he didn't get a Confederate because I think he hit one more tank than he should have hit, and he actually took out the Contradictious instead of just stunning him. And as a result, yes, I'm afraid that took away from him because you can see here that he actually got 6. He did get 6 here, but and 1 kill. But I think somebody else managed to get a better result and get a Confederate. And if they didn't, then let's have a look. Well, the Invader went to the G2 on our team. And the M4A3 got us leather slaves. But nobody actually picked up a Confederate out of this one. But we'll look at the figures anyway. We can see that the highest damage went to the Contradictious on the enemy team, the one we took out. He got 2,236 hit points of damage. Second highest damage went to the SMVCC56, and he got 1,991. And the third highest damage went to Talon, who managed 1,874 in third place. When it came to kills, though, we can see the Contradictious got 3, the M4A3 76 Wet managed 2, and the GSAW 1008 also got 2. And 4 tanks managed to get 2 kills. The T-78, the IKV-90B, the Bursa, and the FP207 on our own team, and Talon only got the 1. When it came to base XP, he's actually in 3rd place because the Strip 74 managed 793, the T-78 managed 762, and then we've got Talon with 705 in 3rd place. Now, he fired 15 rounds, which is a decent amount to get a good result. He got 7 direct hits, 1 penetrating shot, and 9 splash. Damage of 1,874 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 1, so technically that would have been the 6 difference needed for the Confederate. 568 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. On a premium count, he actually made 68,194 credits for the game, including a 50,000 mission completion bonus, and 30 bonds for a mission achievement, and 2,115 experience points out of the game as well. He did get some stun damage, but I'm afraid the result was not enough for him to actually get a 2nd class to match Angelina. Angelina's best score, if we look at it, was a 2nd class bruiser and a Confederate. So yes, unfortunately, Talon didn't match that, and Angelina is still in the lead, even though she got a lower win 8 out of that game than Talon did out of his. But the difference was that Angelina did get the Confederate medal, and that guarantees that she's better off than Talon. The 2nd class gives her the bragging rights at the moment, but at least Talon is going to try again, and hopefully this next time he will get a better score. But at the moment, Angelina's in the lead, and Talon is playing catch up. Hope you enjoyed that game. If you did, please give this video a like, and thank you for watching.